So you want to be a business analyst, but let's be real, degrees and certifications alone aren't enough. What actually matters is hands-on skills and real-world experience that makes you stand out in today's competitive market. Hey everyone, my name is Jeff and I've been right where you are. Over 10 years ago, I started my journey becoming a business analyst, eventually making my way up to a business analyst consultant at United Health Group, a Fortune 4 company where I'm currently at. I've sat in on the video interviews, led the technical interviews, and been part of all the different discussions on who we decide to bring onto the team. I know exactly what hiring managers are looking for and the common mistakes that can cost candidates the role. Today, I'm going to share these insights and steps with you to help you avoid the pitfalls and position yourself as a strong candidate. And before we dive in, if you're serious about landing your first data job, make sure you hit that subscribe button now because I'm on a mission to help 10,000 people secure their first role in data, and I want you to be one of those. Each week, I'm sharing actionable strategies and insights to make that happen. So if you're ready to be part of this journey and want real steps to break into data, subscribe now, and let's get you one step closer to your dream job. Step one is to understand what a business analyst really does and why it's not typically an entry-level job. First, let's clarify what a business analyst, a BA, actually does, because this role can widely vary between companies and even between teams. Normally, a business analyst bridges the gap between business needs and technical solution, and they improve processes, solve problems, and then collaborate with different departments to ensure that projects can succeed. At least that's the traditional definition, but in practice, it's a little bit more messy and the role can take on a wide variety of different forms. Some business analysts act as product owners, which means they work closely with stakeholders and IT developers to translate what business expectations there are into product enhancements. Other BAs are experts in the tools and the systems that they manage and maintain. For these roles, BAs focus less on project management and more on data management and accuracy. Then there are BAs who perform more technical roles similar to what I do and what I did. The business used me as a more versatile resource. I analyzed data, I pulled data and cleaned it from multiple sources, and then I also coded the tools to help the business achieve its improvement process goals. So understand that a business analyst is usually a broad term that can mean a lot of different things. And because of this wide range of responsibilities, business analyst is not usually an entry-level role. Companies are typically looking for candidates who already have some experience in data analytics, project management, and business operations in the field that they're working in. Your first step to becoming a BA is usually building the skills in one of these core areas, as well as the industry and domain experience. Because of this, we're going to move to step two, which is to analyze job postings to build targeted skills. So one of the best ways to prepare for a business analyst role is by analyzing real job postings for the positions and the companies you want to work for. These listings will give you insights into both what is required and also what might be optional and preferred skills. So what you want to do is you want to focus on required skills and experience first, because these are critical for passing the ATS filter, which stands for Applicant Tracking System. What that ATS system does, it scans for resumes for keywords and skills that match the job description, so you can ensure that your resume reflects these required skills, so you can at least make it beyond the first cut and be seen by the hiring managers for you to be even considered. Preferred skills, when you see these on these job postings, on the other hand, they're nice to haves and they're often just optional. They're not essential. And from my own experience on the hiring side, we don't always hire the candidates that have every preferred skills. And oftentimes we're looking for a strong team fit as long as you have the basic requirements. Somebody who can learn on the job. And if you're missing some of the preferred skills, don't worry. Focus on meeting the core requirements to at least pass the filter, showing that you're adaptable and that you can learn the preferred skills on the job and that you get along with the team and that you're not going to be a problem and that you're going to be a team player and that you can contribute immediately. Step three is gain relevant experience in a supporting role. Since a BA is not typically an entry level role, it's helpful to start in a relevant position that lets you work with the data, get familiar with the business processes and problems before you transition into a business analyst role. Personally, I transitioned from a data analyst role, but I've seen other people transition from similar roles. But these aren't always easy to land, especially in today's competitive market. It can be tough to get hired directly. So what you want to consider in these situations is taking a stepping stone role to build the experience that you need. These roles are going to be focused on projects that allow you to use Excel and other data tools. Your goal should be to automate your routine tasks and free up additional times for projects where you can add real value. You'll be able to build up your resume and have real world experience inside your portfolio. Step four is develop technical and analytic skills to stand out. Not all BA roles require deep technical skills, and you'd be surprised of how non-technical some of our BAs are, but what they do have is the domain and industry experience and the knowledge and inner workings of the business problems that we have to solve. But having technical skills will mean that you will stand out and it sets you apart. So here's how you would want to approach it. First thing, and one of the biggest things, is having Excel mastery. Excel is an essential tool for almost every BA role. So you want to get comfortable with its functions, be comfortable at least doing VLOOKUPs and doing comparisons, understand pivot tables, and even basic VBA to automate tasks. Also, understanding SQL basics. Not all roles have to use SQL to pull data, but having SQL will help you get onto other projects. And it's valuable for those data-focused organizations where you can be more of a competitive candidate. And then adding to this are going to be any of the preferred or optional skills, going to be probably Python, Power BI, Tableau, and then anything specific to the business department. So you're going to want to take these on as well if you have time, but don't let that hinder you from applying to the actual job. And to give behind the scenes insight into what we discuss on the hiring side, one of the things that we do and we prioritize are candidates who can just come in quickly and start adding value. If a candidate seems like they're going to need extensive training and we don't have the time for all of that training, they're less likely to be chosen unless there's just no better options available. You have to emphasize and learn how to communicate how you can contribute immediately. This is going to be one of the keys for you to stand out. And step five is networking with business analysts and industry professionals, because networking is huge for breaking into this field where most companies will prioritize internal referrals when hiring. So about 40 to 50% of the hires come through referrals, which reduces hiring costs and often results in better cultural fit and higher retention rates on average. One of the things I can already hear inside your mind is that I do not have a network. So to start building your network, here are some effective ways to connect with industry professionals. First is joining LinkedIn groups. Focus on business analysts, data analysis, business analysis, and these online communities are places where they all congregate and a best place for you to start engaging. Other things you can look into are local meetups and industry events. Check for business analyst meetups in your area. These events allow you to meet analysts and professionals in person. You can reach out to BAs on LinkedIn and chat about their path. So just direct message them. I'll connect with them first, try to see if you have any direct connections, and then just message them. Many people are happy to share their experiences, and it's a great way to get a feel for different companies and what they expect from their BAs. Also, an added bonus is when roles open up, your network can put in a good word for you, giving you an inside referral, which makes you stand out from other candidates. And then last is step six, tailor your resume to highlight your relevant achievements. This sounds simple, but in practice, a lot of people are really bad at this. And this is one of those things that a lot of my friends came to me to redo their resumes, and it's helped them get jobs. Here are the biggest mistakes that I see in resumes that I have to rewrite. Candidates often do not communicate these three things effectively: context, impact, and benefit. And then let's dive into what that exactly means. So for context, is providing enough background so that the reader understands what you're working on and why it matters. Now let's dive into impact. Basically what this means is quantifying your contributions to show the real value of your work, especially to people who do not understand from the outside perspective. And lastly, we're going to talk about benefit. You want to think about how your achievements solve problems for your specific employers. This is going to typically come through in your cover letter or how you respond in interviews. So here's an example. In my previous role, I managed quality control and maintenance of a critical internal data portal that streamlined workflows for over 1,000 employees across departments like prior authorization, customer service, and utilization management. This portal acted as a central resource, ensuring teams had real time access to accurate data for daily business decision making. By implementing enhancements that reduce data entry errors, automating key updates, we cut employee processing time by 50%, saving millions annually and allowing cross departmental teams to collaborate more effectively and deliver higher patient care. So that was me increasing the impact and the context more. Now let's add in the benefit. This experience directly aligns with your team's goals of enhancing business solutions to drive operational efficiency. I'm confident my background in optimizing data management processes would immediately help in my future job responsibilities in creating seamless data flows and ensuring accuracy and up-to-date information across departments, supporting better decisions and customer satisfaction. So that would be a way for you to add in context, impact, and benefit when you're answering an interview question. It doesn't have to be that flashy and that long, but you just have to think of ways to implement those three words, and you'll be light years ahead of a lot of other candidates. When you get into an interview, one of the things you want to think about is this is your chance to explain how your skills are going to solve the hiring team's biggest pain points. Today, we cover the key steps to becoming a business analyst, but here is the thing. Understanding the role and preparing for it is just one thing that you have to do. There's also harsh truths that you need to understand to make the overall process easier. So check out my next video, the harsh truth about becoming a data analyst that no one tells you. And even though in the title it says data analyst, it's still important for business analysts to know, and it just applies the same way. So check that out.